let's go right ahead and get into this first segment. So, Dwyane Wade, we all know him, we all love him. Miami Heat shooting guard, probably the best player in the Heat's franchise. I mean, to most people, personally, I think the best player was LeBron for their franchise, but that is a completely different argument. The fact that Dwyane Wade has multiple years as Miami Heat under his belt probably give him the edge in terms of talking about who is the greatest Miami Heat to ever play and who's the greatest Miami Heat in their franchise. And deservingly so, Dwyane Wade ended up getting a statue outside of the of Miami Heat's basketball stadium. And I mean, I'll let you guys be the judge of this statue. So, boo. I mean, good Lord, like, what is that? I mean, what is that? That is not Dwyane Wade. That is Wade Dwyane right there. Like, that is... I'm sorry. Like, it's so funny just looking at how this statue looks. Here's another picture of how the statue looks. And I mean, that doesn't look like Dwyane Wade at all. I'm sure you guys can agree that this guy right here is not who this is right here. It does not look like Dwyane Wade at all. And I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think the statue's funny? Do you guys think that the statue looks like Dwyane Wade? I personally don't. Or do you think it doesn't matter how the statue looks, and what really matters is the memory, well, not really the memory, but the fact that his legacy and the legend of Dwyane Wade is going to live on forever in the Miami Heat's franchise with this statue that he has. And I mean, while it is kind of funny to look at, I will say that Dwyane Wade is one of the former athletes that is by far most deserving of a statue. You could see on the back right there some of the accomplishments that he's gotten as an NBA player for the Miami Heat. 3-time champion. He was on the NBA 75th anniversary team, which ranks, the top 75 players in basketball history. He was also the 2006 Finals MVP, 13-time All-Star, and second 2-time All-NBA first team, 3-time All-NBA second team. And I mean, aside from Kobe Bryant, because they both played at around the same era, he was arguably the best shooting guard in basketball from a point in time. Despite this, however, the only real bugaboo on his resume is the fact that he does not have an MVP. And really, when you look at the rest of his accomplishments and his accolades, I don't really think it's that big of a deal that he doesn't have an MVP. Because again, you have to remember, this guy played in the same era as prime LeBron James. He played in the same era as a prime Kobe Bryant. And those two players are essentially, like, you could argue that they are, like, similar in his play style and similar in his position, and they do their job a lot better. So not being an MVP and, like, getting snubbed, for lack of a better term, to those two players is not really that big of a deal and is not the end-all be-all. Not to mention, I mean, he has a Finals MVP. So if he doesn't have, which is something that you could argue is even more difficult to win as opposed to a regular season MVP. Again, it's just an argument. I haven't really, if you want me to do a section on that, which in my opinion I think is the most difficult to achieve and which is the most difficult to get, then let me know in the comments. But as of right now, the Finals MVP, you could make an argument that it is a little more difficult to win that as opposed to winning a regular season MVP. Now, Dwyane Wade, despite this statue, not looking like him in the slightest whatsoever, he didn't really seem to care about that. He loved the statue, and he obviously, like, a statue of yourself, it doesn't matter how you look or how the statue looks. What matters is that you know that your legacy is going to live on in the fans of the Miami Heat. And I mean, I don't think there's going to be any Miami Heat fan who isn't going to know who Dwyane Wade is and what he's done for the team. And this statue essentially ensures that, so that way the future generation of basketball can remember and honor his legacy and all that he's done for the franchise. So they unveiled the statue on October 27th, so it was a few days ago. over the weekend. I didn't cover it yesterday, mainly because there was so much basketball going on and so much like news going on about the regular season that I felt like I could sort of hold off on this segment until now, and which I did. And Wade was also like, there was obviously a press conference after Wade got his statue. People quickly asked questions, and one of the questions that was asked to him was what current players in the NBA now are most deserving of a statue. And Dwyane Wade answered LeBron James, along with Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. Now, LeBron James, he should probably have a statue for 3 franchises. I mean, he should have one in Cleveland, without a doubt. He should have one in Miami, without a doubt. And he should also have one in LA. Now, you can make the argument for whether or not he should have one in LA, but I think he should. And you can make it, like, regardless what you think of that bubble championship and the finals MVP that he won, I still think that LeBron deserves the statue in, if not LA, at least the 2 other franchises that I've mentioned, by winning multiple MVPs for Cleveland as well as Miami, as well as winning championships. Just one championship for Cleveland, but multiple championships for Miami. Now, Stephen Curry, obviously for the Golden State Warriors, he should have a statue, no question about that. The best shooter in the history of the NBA, the best shooter that anyone has ever seen, without a doubt should get a statue. But Kevin Durant, no idea where exactly Kevin Durant would get a statue. He definitely deserves one, but I have no idea where they would put that. I mean, I don't think OKC is going to give Kevin Durant a statue, considering what he did with OKC, blowing a 3-1 lead, and then after blowing that 3-1 lead, leaving for the team that ended up beating him, which was the Golden State Warriors. And I mean, his time with the Golden State Warriors, it was rather short-lived, but he still was able to cap off back-to-back championships as well as back-to-back finals MVPs. Now, again, you can make the argument that matchup was unfair. In fact, I think that Golden State matchup against Cleveland was incredibly unfair, but alas, I mean, history is history, and there's no way to really take away those championships that he ended up winning. So I think that the Golden State Warriors, I think that would be the franchise that ends up making a statue for him, because he can't get one for Brooklyn, and sure as heck can't get one for Phoenix if he doesn't do anything for Phoenix. And I don't think just what he did with OKC and, just backstabbing them with the decision to join Golden State, I don't think OKC is going to be willing to give him a statue either. They might be more willing to give Russell Westbrook a statue outside of OKC than they would give Kevin Durant a statue. So, I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If Kevin Durant were to get a statue, which franchise do you think should make it for him? Golden State, OKC, or maybe some other team that he's played for? But those right there, I feel like, are the 2 big franchises. And I mean, it's not like I think Kevin Durant doesn't deserve a statue, because he is one of the best scorers that the league has ever seen. However, it's really like which franchise should give him the statue that's really in question. And I think the most logical one would be the Golden State Warriors, given, what he did with OKC. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Maybe you guys think that maybe any of you OKC fans out there don't really think about that decision anymore in hindsight, and given what is going on, and maybe you forgive him or something like that. I don't know. I personally, if I was a Thunder fan, I would never forgive him. In fact, as a LeBron fan, I still don't forgive him, because the way I see it, that move essentially robbed LeBron of winning 2 championships, like 2 other championships and 2 other finals MVPs. Again, I can do a whole segment on that if you guys would want. But clear cut, LeBron and Steph, without a doubt, deserve to get statues for their respective franchises. And you can make the argument that LeBron deserves a statue for 2. But that's really that's really all that I had to say in this segment. Again, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the ridiculous looking statue, or whether maybe you guys don't really care about how the statue looks. Let me know. So that's all that I have for the first segment. So now we're going to go ahead and go into the second segment, where I talk about Rudy Gay announcing his retirement. and just talk about his career a little bit, why I'm talking about his retirement and things like that. And I'll be right back after the short break, so be sure to stay tuned.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody